so much for coming on. Thank you, Dr. Una. Really appreciate you.
Hi, Makita. You have powers. You pulled me in. How are you? Okay, so you know the way I tend to think about things, right? And I think it's probably fair to talk to people in that way. So for instance, we are at the time of this, we are in August. We're at the end of August. We're about to get to the end of the third quarter of the year. And I like to have what I will consider a come to Jesus moments where you're like, okay, you started off this year probably saying this was going to be my best year yet. You had goals for your business, you had things that you wanted to accomplish. And if you're in a position where you're like, I have not attracted the clients that I want to attract, I feel so alone, like I'm doing this journey of entrepreneurship by myself. I am not, putting myself in a position where I'm leading my team. Like I'm actually scared of having a meeting with my team. I'm scared of, casting vision, like letting them know what I actually want for this business or for this practice. If you have what we call sanctioned incompetence, where people are there, they're not performing, what they're doing is not affecting the bottom line, you don't have the guts to correct them. You don't have the guts to de-hire them. We like that word better than firing, right? Your business is not making money. You're so stressed out. I was talking to a doctor the other day, and she says, like, I secretly don't want my practice to grow because I'm so busy. I'm like, oh my goodness, so you're at full capacity. She's like, no, not even close, but I'm so busy, right? And so if any of these things are true for you, we're in August and we've applied the waiting strategy, but the waiting strategy doesn't work. Nothing changes until we change something. And so if you're truly committed and you want to see your business win, then it's time to do something different. The EntreMD Business School is not about hype and fluff and being groupies or anything like that. I am, if you look at the person who is the mentor of the business school, I have been in private practice for 14 years. I have built a practice that was successful when I was there. I've built a practice that has been successful now that I've not been there for 2.5 years. You've seen our students who have come on. You saw Dr. Rachel Rubin, who started with a wait list of 350 people, right? You see Dr. Faison, who started off, created many wins from the podcast. It's like, oh my goodness, but how am I going to take this to the next level? I need something more. You see Dr. Mitchell, who, oh my goodness, it's only been 45 days. And she's like, yeah, I'm an artist. I've brought in $25,000 in revenue, already. And I've gotten so many hours back every single day. Like this is the transformation you can have. And this is the transformation you want, right? And so the thing between you and that is the strategies, the mindset shift, the evolution you have to experience, a supportive community, a structure that will support not only your business goals, but also your personal goals. So you heard Dr. Rachel Rubin talking about, exercising for 93 weeks straight, and who is bold enough to say, I'm so glad I could come share with you guys, follow me, ask me questions, but I am going to go spend time with my family now. And the reason why she says that is because in EBS, we are all about the dream business and the dream life. It's not, we don't want you to build a business at the expense of your life. So who really does not want a business that works better? Who really does not want to evolve to become, if like I'm already a great clinician, but I want to be a savvy physician entrepreneur? Who doesn't want to have time for the things that matter to them? Who doesn't want to lead their team confidently and really unleash the power of their team so their payroll goes from being an expense to being an investment? We want that, right? But there are mindset shifts that need to happen. There's strategies that need to happen. There's an environment for people who do that. It's an environment of champions. It's not a place where, everybody's like, oh, this is not working. I don't even why we know why we're here. Private practice is dead. Business is dead. Nothing's working. Like nobody thrives in that kind of environment. But there's an environment of champions, right? And the EntreMD Business School community is that. And so I say all that to say that I understand what it is that the current state of things, and I understand what it is that you want. And the EntreMD Business School is deliberately built to be the bridge between those two things, right? It's deliberately built that way. And so I've done this long enough to know that, someone may say, well, Dr. Una, you don't understand. It's not the time, right? But this is the thing. As long as you're an entrepreneur, it will never be the right time. There will always be something going on in your business or your personal life that will let you know that this is not the time, right? And so we don't say, I'm waiting for the right time. We decide this is the right time, right? Like when I started my private practice, Makita, you remember, well, we didn't even know each other then. We knew each other shortly after. But, I had a 2-year-old and I had a 4-month-old. Is that the right time to start a practice? And at the same time, we did that. We also started a church, my husband and I. Like that is not the time to do that. But guess what? Here we are 14 years later, and we thrived then and we're still thriving now, right? And so you don't look for the right time. You're the master of time. You decide this is the right time and then make it work, right? And you'll see many people going through the school, like, I was just in, our scale meetings, we have those on Thursday. I was just on a call with Dr. Rachel Rubin, who you just heard from, and you see that, this is just such a beautiful thing where you can have the highest highs and life is lifing, but you're such a pro at handling the challenges of life that you're like, get in line, right? And it doesn't affect your state. It doesn't affect how you show up. It doesn't affect any of that because you've become a master at it. And a number of them on the call were like, I cannot believe that something like this happened. And it didn't phase me at all because you can become that person, right? So we're the masters of time. We decide this is the right time and we make it work. And if you're like, oh, but like it'll be really challenging and all that, that's the whole reason the school exists. We don't expect you to handle all the challenges and come. We want you to come with the challenges and we'll handle them together. Some people will say, well, I don't know if this is, like if I will have the time, right? And I keep saying this because, the currency of your dream life is time, right? The time to spend with your family, time to spend with your friends, the time to travel, the time to build new skills you want to build. Like, Makita, I don't know if you know this, but I'm looking for a vocal coach. So maybe you're the one who will fix this, right? But who has time for that? You make time for that, right? Now, so the currency of your dream life is time. And because we are so heavily invested in you having your dream business and your dream life, we take the time to show you how to master time, how to discipline your time and get what you want out of it. And so if you're thinking I don't have enough time, that is not an indication not to join the school. That's an indication to join the school. You heard Dr. Lucy Mitchell's like, I got so much time back, right? And then some people will say, oh, well, I don't know, like it's a really heavy investment. So this is the deal. This is a lesson that I learned when I became an entrepreneur, and I'll give it to you for free. Okay. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is expensive. Ignorance is so expensive that it can be the death of your business. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I mean, I guess you should know me well enough by now. So these are not scare tactics or anything. This just is what it is. Not being aware of the right business model can crush your business. Not being aware of how to promote your business, how to market it, how to bring on the right team members, how to activate your team, all of that, they're all expensive. They're all extremely expensive. And so what you invest in the EntreMD Business School is the thing that will save you so much time. It will save you so much money. It will save you so much heartache. It will let you enjoy your journey as an entrepreneur because you're doing it with other people who have normalized this experience. It is not a cost. It's not an expense. It's not money you're throwing away. If you're putting away money in real estate, if you invested $30,000 in real estate, you'd be like, oh my goodness, I just did this investment, blah, 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 blah. Looking forward to the ROI. That's the same way I want to invite you to look at the school. It is not an expense. It is an investment. Dr. Lucy Mitchell, I mean, she's not even doing a private practice. She's doing art. And, like in the EntreMD Business School, we're like, fine, pick your business. We'll just show you how to build a business system around it. Okay. We don't pick business types, right? And here she is 45 days in and has already created $25,000 in revenue. Right. So for her, it's the gift that keeps giving because guess what? The skills she acquired that got her that 25,000, guess what she's going to be doing for the rest of her year, her first year in the business school, if I may, is continue to master, fine tune that skill. And so what it will do is it will keep creating more opportunities for her, more revenue. And so this is one investment that she did that is going to go on and on and on. And so I'm taking the time to say this because this is not a joke. This is not a sales gimmick. This is not us trying to manipulate anybody. What this is this is an opportunity For you, you're already a great clinician. For you to add on a savvy entrepreneur, somebody who can run a business like a boss, who can build team like a boss, who can build a dominant brand that attracts all the patients and clients that you want, who understands how to create revenue. You know, the way you understand how to run a code, you know how to follow the algorithm to run a code, you can follow the algorithm to create revenue. Right? This is an invitation, an opportunity to become this kind of person and build your dream life concurrently. And so I am so excited because tomorrow I'm going to be sitting on a call with a number of you. And we are going to have our first call where I'm going to show you, how to map out your next 30 days so you can crush it. I'm going to show you how to, get your investment back in this, your ROI on your investment in the school. Because I don't like, I've been there, I've done that. At this point, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Like, I'm not doing this to manipulate you. I am doing this because I know, what is on the other side of you developing these skills. You heard Dr. Rachel Rubin say, like, oh, Dr. Una believed in me long before I believed in myself. I'm just catching up with her belief. What she doesn't know is that my belief has gone so, like, I'm so far away. I'm just like, you have no idea what is coming. I promise you, it's so good. Just keep going. Right. And so it is an opportunity for you to up level, to make your dream your reality, to build your dream life. And I'm going to sit with some people tomorrow. We're just going to start this process. Your orientation is going to be just your cohort. And it's going to be such an amazing 365 days that you will start acting like the people in the business school now. They created their own hashtag. They call it hashtag EBS for life. And, you saw Dr. Rachel Rubin. She's been in the school for 3 years. And there's so many others who've been in the school since the very first day it started. They have never left. And it's because it's from one level to another to another. We're, as physicians, when we add these skills on, we become limitless. I mean, we are limitless, but we unlock that so we can start walking in it. And it is the beginning of something so magical and so great that I really hope that you take a chance on yourself. You bet on yourself and you say yes. It's super simple. You're booking a call. That's all you're doing. EntreMD.com/call. And you'll be talking with Makita. And really that is to say, hey, this is my business. These are my business goals. We can take a look at it and say, of course, we're suited to serve that. Or we're like, this is something that will be better for you to do. Nobody's going to strong arm you. Nobody's going to shame you. Nobody's going to put you under pressure. These are just not things that we do. We're truly here to support physicians and see physicians win. So, Makita, I don't think you were expecting the 15-minute answer from me, but this is what you get.
And I'm so grateful. Thank you, Dr. Una. That 15-minute answer was everything. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for just telling us like it is and giving us hope and inspiring us and letting us know. I mean, when Dr. Rachel Rubin talked about Dr. Una believed in me before I believed in myself. There's so many students, myself included. There's so many students that have had that same testimonial. So, we're here to help you. So even if you're at the point where you don't even have the belief in yourself or you don't have the tools, that's what we're here for. EntreMD.com/call. Looking forward to meeting you, looking forward to having a conversation with you, looking forward to welcoming you to the best next years of your life. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Please share this live and looking forward to seeing you again. Talk to you soon.